But first, because they're not going away soon enough, the headlines breaking in the administration's 50 running scandals. Bush. Number 3, the body's not even cold yet gate. Night before last, the annual holiday party for the lobbyists Quinn Gillespie and Associates, co-hosted by co-founders Jack Quinn and Ed Gillespie, even though Ed Gillespie is also a counselor to President Bush. It was in that capacity that he sent last spring a bitchy letter to this company complaining about Mr. Engel, Mr. Matthews, and myself, a battle which he obviously won. En route to a war he and his collaborators here obviously lost. And now they're all going back to their day jobs. Mr. Gillespie about 2 months before ethics suggests that he should. But then again, he doesn't have any. Number 2, U.S. Attorney's Gate. As the special prosecutor begins to circle Alberto Gonzales, one of the unsung villains of the piece, is refusing to leave the stage. Mary Beth Buchanan, the U.S. attorney in Pittsburgh appointed by President Bush in 2001, says she is not planning to tender her resignation to President Obama, even though it is a time-honored custom for all the U.S. attorneys to submit their resignations when the White House changes hands. It just doesn't serve justice, she tells the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, for all the U.S. attorneys to submit their resignations all at one time. Well, you can see where this one's going, can't you? Buchanan's going to refuse to resign, force Obama or Attorney General Holder to fire her, and then the Republican echo chamber is going to say, see, he did it too. Free Gonzo. Ms. Buchanan, incidentally, is the woman who first hired Monica Goodling, so honestly, she should be the first of Mr. Bush's U.S. attorneys to resign, like on Monday. And number 1, Roundup Gate. In a debate on the Bush presidency, Karl Rove and his sycophant William Kristol fought with journalist Simon Jenkins over what happened to Muslims in America during this administration. What have we done to Muslims in America? Kristol asked rhetorically. What has happened? Arrested them, Jenkins replied. Incarcerated them without trial. Rounded them up? Asked Rove incredulously. Rounded them up? Name one. This is on the border of lunacy, with all due respect. Well, yeah, it is, Carl, but not the way you think. After 9/11, 83,310 foreigners in this country, a vast majority of them from 24 predominantly Muslim nations, were ordered by Attorney General John Ashcroft to register with the government. As of last count, 13,740 of them were ordered into deportation proceedings. And those are just the ones who stayed within the legal framework of this country. Jose Padilla was held for 3 years before anybody charged him with anything. And the Supreme Court today agreed to hear the case of Ali Almari from Qatar, who came to this country in September 2001, was arrested on credit card and ID fraud charges in December 2001, but a month before his trial was supposed to begin in 2003, he was declared an enemy combatant by President Bush. Ali Almari has been, since June 23, 2003, in the U.S. Navy brig at Charleston, South Carolina. No charges, no trial. And whatever else he is or is not, he would seem to adequately fulfill Karl Rove's demand that Mr. Jenkins name one Muslim who has been rounded up.